What's happening, man? We back. We back.
We're back.
back.
Episode 2, we made it.
Yep, we're back with another episode of the IPODCAST. We forgot to light the lucky candle off.
It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, man. What's happening, everybody? It's Steve and Gucci with the iPodcast. We're here to talk that talk again.
Yep. Hopefully it's better than the last one. If you didn't see the last episode, go. It's on YouTube, Spotify.
That's right. Yep. And Steve, election time is coming soon.
Yeah. Very contentious this time around.
Yes.
I try to avoid having the conversation with people because as I try to navigate towards this craziness, it's like your opinion doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Other people's opinions matter, their feelings, X, Y, and Z. I don't know. Yeah. People are very emotional about this. I'm like, look, listen, just make your choice. It's a free country. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to hate you. We all think differently.
This election is very important too. Very important election. Yep, you got Trump and Kamala. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. Serious election.
Terrible choices.
Terrible choices.
But you got to make a choice because there's no being on the fence. Because if you're on the fence, you're not. You're actually making a choice to allow one for it to go one way or the other. So I'm like, okay, if I gotta choose, who can I live with?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. And so I'm gonna let you start this one off because I feel like once I get going.
Since I'm a businessman, the way I look at it again is like a business, right? Donald Trump camp, Republican Party is a business. Yeah. The Democratic Party, that's another business as well.
Yeah.
And in businesses, you have CEOs, which is Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, right?
Yeah.
Now, the two companies, they're not the best companies. Not the best companies.
Oh, by what do you mean they're not the best?
Okay. One company is McDonald's selling you bad French fries.
Okay.
Alright. And then the other company is Burger King selling you bad burger. Alright.
Okay. I happen to find both of those super delicious. Not good for your health, but they taste good.
Yeah, that's what I mean by that, because both of them give you that sweet talk.
Yeah,
they're convincing. However, the way saying
it's like do you know the saying? It's like good in the mouth but bitter in the belly.
But yes. Yeah. However, Steve, what I'm saying is there is a little problem with one of the companies.
Okay.
Because they started marketing too late.
Ooh.
They started marketing very late. Because they had their president, their CEO before, which they so-called,
he was always sleepy.
He was always sleepy. But the Democrats said that he wasn't sleepy.
But he wasn't sleepy. You're not seeing what you're seeing with your eyes.
They said, his word get on my nerves. The Democrats got on my nerves each time they say, he stutters. That's why he talks like that. I stutter all my life, but I don't be sleepy. I stutter all my life, Steve. That's what I'm known for. Gucci is a guy who stutters a lot. I'm stuttering right now, but I'm not sleepy.
It's true.
Yeah, so the Democrats say, well, he just stutter. That's why he's like that. Yeah. So they started their campaign way too late. And for a company, you will say, oh, Christmas is coming, and you started to advertise your toys, your Christmas gift campaign on December 15th. Now you know that's too late.
No, that's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Democratic Party, I think, is gonna see that on election day. That's all I can say. They will see that on election day. And then our other CEO, Donald Trump, the company may be good, but the CEO is facing a bunch of personal issues on the other hand, legal issues. Are they fair or not? That's another debate.
That's a different
that we
debate.
can bat. Yeah, that's a different debate. Yeah. However, that can affect the company as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's, two coins of the same side. Because there are there are similarities with both candidates, and there are differences. Like, they both have bad things that they've done, and they both can't admit the bad things they've done. So I'm like, Kamala is like, no, I wouldn't change anything about these past 3 years that I've done. I've done everything perfect. I'm like, really? Really, you've done everything perfect? You've done your job on the border?
Let's start with the border. That's what I was gonna say. Let's start with the border, because the border is one of the worst thing I've seen lately. The border is a mess. By the way, Steve, I'm from Haiti.
Yeah.
Steve.
Oh, you wanted to go there.
Steve, I love my Haitian people, Steve. And we need help.
Yeah.
We need help. However, Steve, Kamala could do better, Steve, because a lot of these folks, Steve, I got some of them that came here, Steve, like I spoke with them. They're not doing good at all, Steve.
No, I got some that came here too. They're not doing
good at all, Steve. There should have been a contingency plan to help these people, not just get them to come here. And better yet, in Georgia, my sister Josie, shout out Josie, shout out my sister Josie. Josie called me last night. She said, you know what, actually, there is a campaign in Georgia about 9,000 Haitian. They sign some petition online for the government to issue them free tickets to go back to Haiti. No, not to Haiti, sorry. Brazil or Chile.
Yeah.
They want to go to Brazil or Chile. They don't want to stay here.
No.
They said it's too tough for them.
It's tough because, okay, if it was America like 20 years ago and you brought them here, the system, the business, the company, whatever you want to call America, it could handle it. But you brought them in a bad situation.
Right.
You're giving them money that we actually don't have. You're forcing people who actually have been citizens for a long time to, get evicted from their house. You're overloading the hospitals and the school system because what I heard is the Haitians in certain areas are outnumbering the Americans, and none of them speak English.
Like in Ohio?
In Ohio.
Yeah.
There's no one to help them assimilate, So I'm like, it's not a problem. So you hear us talking about it. It's not a problem. Oh, don't let immigrants in. No, if you're going to bring them in, lay the groundwork so that they can be successful, so that they're not butting heads with people who've been here for a while, so that they understand how things work. None of that groundwork has been laid. But on the second hand, Trump, from what I know, he made mistakes in his last term, but we weren't as bad. He just talked a lot of junk, but he did some good stuff, but he doesn't take advice well. So no matter who you vote for, you're going to have to put up with certain things. He'll make sure he does some things right, but he's going to mess up too, because he's got some, how do you say that in English? Some things, bagalakali? Some things at home that exist within him that aren't good.
Yes,
they're not good character traits. He doesn't take advice well from your own VP, from people who are in your cabinet. You're arguing with them. So for me, I was one of those on the fence people. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna vote because I didn't vote for Trump twice. But when I look at it, I'm like, if I gotta choose between him and her, it's gonna be him.
I see what you're saying. I don't blame you. Because there are good people and bad people on both sides. Like Trump would say.
Yeah.
Both sides have good and bad. However, I'm still undecided right now. The reason why I'm still undecided, because the business aspect of it is not clicking yet for me.
Okay.
And both of them are pissing me off right now.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Oh,
and
I can't say nothing. I understand it.
And like you say, Trump, he does a lot of good things. A lot of good things. However, what comes from his mouth is just insane.
Okay, so here's what I look at it as: what comes from his mouth. If you're talking to people, there's a difference between public speak and how you speak to people privately. I get that he's joking. I don't take much of what he says seriously.
He's sarcastic.
He's sarcastic, but borderline rude. But I understand those jokes because he's got dark humor. I'm like that, but like as the leader, you can't do that. You can't move like that. You can't speak to people like that because it says something and it's negative what it says about you, and how people might take it. So you have to be more strategic with what comes out of your mouth, and I feel like he's lacking that skill,
He's lacking that skill, yeah. And what I noticed with Trump, he's not a public speaker still.
He's definitely not.
And what I'm realized with non-public speaking guys, same as the Tesla guy, Elon Musk. He's not a public speaker, so whatever comes out of his mouth...
Much better than Trump, though.
But Elon Musk talk a lot of crap. He's always in trouble, too. Because these guys talk like they're talking to their friends.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I'm kind of the same way, too. I'm not a public speaker. I hate public speaking. Maybe it's because of speech, shit, like accent. I don't know what it is, but I'm not a public speaker. So you might hear stuff like this out of my mouth, too, like I'm... speaking with friends and stuff like that. However, we got to be able to manage that better in the fact that you are running for the highest office. Yeah. You got to be able to manage that a bit better because kids look up to you and then they might take what you say for face value. Like, for example, when Trump said that you can drink Clorox.
Okay, okay. So that one he wasn't trying to be funny, but I understood what he was trying to say. I don't hold that.
What was he trying to say?
Okay, so basically, the in context, they're saying that they're trying to figure out how to kill the virus. So he's like, well, bleach kills it. Can't you find some way to do some science thing? He didn't know because he's out of his element. So he was just trying to say to the doctor, we have things that can kill it. Is there a safe way for you to use what to put it inside the body?
Such as Clorox?
Yeah, it just sounds terrible. That's a private conversation. That's not
a private conversation.
That's not something
he made it to be sarcastic. I know.
No, so Dave Chappelle says he says that Trump's ideas are high people ideas.
They have, yes.
Yeah, because he just says whatever. I'm like, yo, normal people don't say these things, but they are high people ideas. That's like he doesn't have a filter between his brain and his mouth. He thinks it and he says it, and he needs that buffer where you're thinking it, you probably shouldn't say it, but yeah, he needs to follow the script because he's not following the script. He's just saying whatever comes to his mind, and this is what gets him in trouble. Yeah. Again, policy wise, he has some good idea. I think he also has some terrible ideas. So I think his VP has better ideas than him, so he needs to lean on that.
JD Vance?
Yeah, I've heard him talk. He's got some good ideas, which I think he'll try to correct Trump if you can correct Trump.
I don't think anyone can step on Trump's toe.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. I don't know with the situation that the country's in, how you ring that in. But he has ideas, which is far. What people have an issue with is he has idea, whether they're good or not. We don't know what Kamala's ideas are. She hasn't been very clear on that.
But Steve, that's exactly what I was saying. She just started warning just a couple of days ago. I mean, weeks ago. To come up with these ideas. Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
But again, she won for president before. Maybe she should refer back to her old playbook.
And I wonder why. I had this conversation with someone earlier. I wonder, maybe the reason why she's so silent on certain things is because she's still VP for Biden. So you can't be talking. She can't really honestly answer those questions that she's been asked without stepping on Biden's toe. And I'm like, that's a tough spot to be in.
Wait a minute. What if she's the VP who's been the president for the past 4 years?
No one thinks that,
Joe has been sleeping.
Yeah, he's been sleeping. No one thinks that he's been running anything. So if she actually answers some of those questions, certain things might come to light. So it's kind of like a,
So they are secrets.
Yeah, there's kind of like secrets, catch-22 type thing. She can't really, she's damned if she do, she's damned if she don't. So it's like, there's no winning in this for her, really. I just think she was a bad pick. Anyone else but her, because there's a conflict of interest there. How is she going to honestly answer, oh, well, I didn't do X, Y, and Z because this is what's going on behind the background. She can't really answer those without getting in trouble politically.
The Democrats, I believe, they should try to shift their points. What I mean by that, they keep on focusing on one thing. Don't vote for Trump if you're black. Trump was very, very bad for black people. Really? Trump may talk crap about some black folks, like my Zoe Pounds, like my Zoes, which I love a lot. But I don't think that guy did anything wrong to the black folks during his 4-year presidency. I don't think so, Steve.
But just to be fair, he talks junk about everybody equally. Chinese people, really? Kung Flu? Remember that?
Yeah, but not
Mexican people.
Not about the white folks. Not about the.
He did say they were nice white folks.
Yeah,
when they were clearly being racist. Yeah,
not about those skinheads. What you call these guys? Tiki torch guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my issue with Trump.
Because he's trying to get their votes. That's really what it is. It's a business at the end of the day.
But the same way he's trying to get their vote, he should try to get our vote too by talking nice about us, because the black folks, the Haitian folks, the Chinese people, these guys vote too.
They vote too. This is true.
So that's one thing that I don't like with Trump's verbal agenda. Okay. Yeah. So I don't like his verbal agenda.
See, and this is where we might want to pull up videos, because I never saw it on the mainstream media. But there are people that I follow on YouTube who have pulled up receipts where they're like, wait, no, Trump actually dealt with the whole, skinheads and stuff. And then they show clips that was never shown on regular media of him actually saying better stuff for us. So I don't know if you want to look for those clips, but
we can look.
I know they exist.
You pull the laptop and see what we can
I just didn't really save any of those clips. But they do exist.
You think so, though? Steve, you say,
no,
Trump said what? Trump said,
I
KKK is not good. The skinheads are not good.
Yeah.
You said that?
I don't think he said that, but I did think he put them down. I don't remember specifically what he said.
Okay, so that's the laptop
even with the January 6th thing, there's a lot of stuff he said to try to de-escalate the situation that was never shown in media. So I'm like, that one I could definitely tell you. The YouTuber that.
I doubt it though, Steve. I doubt Trump said anything. But let's see. Let me see what I can find, Steve. Okay, so we online right now. All right, so let's go on YouTube. Okay, Trump. What?
I think you were talking about, what was that event called? Black Lives Matter? It was Black Lives Matter. No, it was a rally. It was around that
Tiki
time.
Tiki Boys.
I don't know what they're called.
Tiki Torch Boys.
Tiki Torch Boys.
Trump, Tiki Torch Boys.
I think it should be like clip of Trump
Right here. There it is.
calling out white supremacy or calling out, I don't know.
Are you interested in learning more about the Church of Jesus Christ?
Come on in.
Commercials, of course. Let's keep it.
Let's see.
Thank you. I'm in Washington today to meet with my economic team about trade policy and major tax cuts and reform. We are renegotiating trade deals and making them good for the American worker, and it's about time. Our economy is now strong. The stock market continues to hit record highs. Unemployment is at a 16-year low, and businesses are more optimistic than ever before.
I think
Companies are moving
this is
back
the
to
wrong
the
clip.
United States and bringing many thousands of jobs
That's the wrong clip?
with them.
Clip?
Yeah, that's the wrong
We
clip.
have already
But I
created
mean, is it the
over
wrong
1
clip though?
million
Because
jobs.
this is what he was
Since
doing
I
back
took
then.
office.
This is just a case for him.
We will be
Yeah.
discussing economic issues in greater detail later this afternoon. But based on the events that took place over the weekend in Charlottesville, Virginia,
Yo, okay.
I
Trump
would
always
like
starts
to
with
provide
some
the
bragging
nation
stuff.
with an update on the ongoing federal response to the horrific attack and violence that was witnessed by everyone. I just met with FBI Director Christopher Wray and Attorney General Jim Sessions. The Department of Justice has opened a civil rights investigation into the deadly car attack that
Oh,
killed
that
one
is the right
innocent
clip.
That's the right clip. Yeah.
American and wounded 20 others. To anyone who acted criminally in this weekend's racist violence,
Wait,
you
pause
will
that.
be
Pause
held
that.
fully accountable.
Pause that. So, what did he just say? I'm saying
Anyone who acted criminally
in this what? In this what?
in this what? Attack?
Racist attack. He called it out, bro.
In this racist attack. Okay.
He called it out.
Now wait a minute. However, how come they are nice people on both sides? One side is racist with the tiki torch screaming white power, kill the blacks or whatever it was.
Remember, Trump doesn't have a filter, right? On one hand, he says racist attacks, which, again, this is my problem. It was never shown in the media that he said that. So they're playing it one way. Well, is he wrong? Is there not? He just needs a filter. Like, that probably is not going to play well. He shouldn't have said that. But there might be nice people on both sides. We don't know. We don't know what happened. The fact that he called it out racist, because I think that's like a political game that he's playing by. Was it really racist, or were people just mad at Black Lives Matter? Because there's some underhanded things that went on in that, that whole organization.
Well, I'm mad at Black Lives Matter myself, Steve, but I don't light up fire. You know what fire means? The meaning of the white guy screaming, white power or whatever they were screaming with fire.
Okay.
With the torch, that's KKK stuff.
Let's bring it full circle. Yes, there might have been KKK there, but some of the people that joined, I highly doubt are racist. And let me bring it home.
Steve, anyone who joined the KKK camp?
No. Because there's something that I'm seeing that it's happening even now. There are people who are cussing out Haitian people, right? I've watched clips of it in Ohio, who are saying what is coming out of their mouths are very racist, right? But when you really look at it deeply, there are psychologists who have looked at this deeply. I've watched them on the news, and they're like, these people aren't racist. That's not what's going on. You just threw like thousands of immigrants there, and you're ruining these people's lives. This is the type of reaction that you're gonna get, and I know they're not racist because
racist reaction.
wait,
That's what it is.
It sounds racist on the surface, but there are black people saying the same thing, the exact same thing as the racist, so-called racist white people. This is why I'm like, is it truly racist? When you're looking at something, you really got to sit back sometimes and think, what am I looking at? What am I witnessing? And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying not to be super judgmental. At first glance, I'm like, yeah, you're a racist SOB. You get what I'm saying? But as you really pull back the layers of what's going on, you're like, is it really racism though? Is it racism or is it anger?
But it depends on what they said and how they said it. Like if someone said, oh, these Haitian people are coming from a shithole country, that's racist.
I've heard people say that.
There's
one guy I won't even give him any leeway because he didn't just say those Haitians. No, he called them something monkey. I'm like, no, that's
racist.
That's racist.
But I understand if you frustrated economically and saying that, well, it's not good for the city, it's not good for the state. These people, they come here illegally. We don't have the resources for them.
Go back to your country.
That's a racist term too, Steve.
Yeah.
Go back to your country is a racist term too, Steve. Steve, guess what? None of us are from here. Okay, none of us are from here.
Again,
so it's a racist term.
Look, bro, I get what you're saying, but when you're getting kicked out of your house because the Haitians can pay more because the government's giving them unlimited amounts of money, it might not come out so pretty. You might just say go back.
Kicked out of your house because of the Haitians.
You're getting kicked out of your house because of the government because they're bad policies.
Yeah, but because of the Haitians.
I get it, but there always has to be a bad guy. They can't do anything to the government, so they're taking it out on the Haitian people. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say it was right. So people might be hearing this like, oh, you're citing in the wrong. No, I'm just saying things are more complicated than what we may perceive. That's all I'm saying.
But the point is, Steve, the immigrants are not doing anything wrong.
No, they're not.
Okay, they're just looking for a better life.
That's a better life.
Okay.
I don't think this country is the city on the hill that it used to be. That you should look at this country to come here for a better life, because our quality of life is going down. Like people who have kids and their kids are young adults now. Their young adult kids are not going to have a better life than they did. Most 20 to 30-year-olds are still living with their parents because they can't buy a house. So what better life are you coming here for? Do you not pay attention to the news? Do you not know what's going on in this country? I mean,
however, Steve, this is still one of the best countries to live in. As far as freedom. Steve.
What freedom? No. Seriously. What freedom are you talking about?
Let's discuss it, Steve.
We can't say whatever we want on social media. Bro.
Steve.
I made a statement from a doctor who has his medical license, and Facebook is like, if you keep making statements like this, we're going to pull down you. What freedom, bro?
Steve, believe it or not, Steve, it's worse in other countries.
It is, but here's my point. And this is why I'm voting for Trump. Trump 2024. Yeah, let's go. Because as much as you say we have freedom, the Democrats have made it super clear that they want to go the opposite of freedom.
For you to see the freedom, Steve, you got to go live somewhere else, Steve.
I'm being facetious, okay? I'm being sarcastic. Steve. I know we have freedom, Ray. Okay, all I'm saying is that they're trying to take it away. Yes, we have freedom, but we are in a war right now where they want to take our freedoms away.
Speaking of war,
if you go to one side, we're gonna get
speaking
there.
of war,
Yeah.
we gotta get this.
We gotta get there. But one side, if you vote for one side, whether he does whatever he wants, he promises that he's not gonna take away your freedom. The other side, they've done it. All the social media companies have snitched. Yeah, we were getting pressures. I follow. Shout out to Abba and Preach. I follow Abba and Preach. They do some. Don't go there for serious. It's all comedy over there. It's funny. That's why I watch them. But they do talk about certain things. Abba and Preach and MTR. Red pill people. MTR supposedly because there's a list. There's an organization who categorizes different YouTube channels, and they have these guys on the list of, and then they're doing things to shut them down to get their message. Like, this is like some underhanded stuff. You're talking about freedom, but yet these people can't say. And if you watch MTR's channel, the dude tries to be super fair to everybody. It may not be so pretty, some of the stuff that he's saying, but he has the right to say it. If you have a different point of view, bring your point of view. That's how we have debates, That's how we have discussions. You think what I'm saying is incorrect? Okay, come with, a logical kind of like argument, and then we could refute it or, go back and forth. But to completely like block people from saying, or to put them on a watch list like they're terrorists. Am I saying something that's terrorist? I'm telling people, if you feel that Kamala is correct, vote for Kamala. If you feel that Trump is correct, vote for Trump. I cannot impede on your freedom. People have fought and died for the right to vote. Vote for who you feel will do best. I don't feel Kamala will do best. I feel Trump will do best. And also,
why don't you think that she will be best?
I think she's an idiot. That's my opinion. I think she's incompetent.
Someone actually said that I think just last week they said that her IQ is
I don't know about her IQ.
Level,
something
like that.
No, I'm not gonna.
Who said that again? Who said that?
I don't know who said it, but I'm not gonna go into IQ. I just think she's not qualified for a job. That's what I meant by idiot.
She's a smart lady, very smart lady, very intelligent.
Nah, she don't know something because she ain't doing a good job. That's all I'm saying. I was around
for vice president. You said, right? You said that. What could she do, Steve? She was the vice president, not the president. No, but I'm not talking about everything that Biden does. She was in charge of the border. That's all she was in charge of. She wasn't in charge of the border. She's not the border czar. The Department of Homeland Security, the Secretary of Homeland Security was in charge of the border, not her. They gave her responsibilities for that. No, that's what Trump said. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's not true. Okay. No, that's not factual. Trump said it, but that's not. Okay, if it's not factual, whatever. But however, she's still responsible somehow because it's her administration still. She's part of the administration. My whole problem is, okay, when they ask you what are you gonna do, you just keep answering you're gonna make it. How are you gonna make it safe? It just the way she answers tells me that she doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't know what she's going to do. And you're coming in late in the game and you don't have a plan. I'm like, bro, that's super scary. We know we're going to get competency from Trump. We might get, it's going to come with a lot of really bad jokes and a lot of harsh words, but he's going to get the job done. And so I'm like, he's got my vote. Whatever. I don't like him, but he's got my vote. It's not about like. We're also in a war. And you could pull up the clips what he said to the other countries. Yeah, when you're in a wartime situation, you need to talk tough to these countries. And guess what? They don't respect women. None of these countries respect women. You think we need a woman president right now? Right now, in the situation we're dealing with. You think we need a weak woman president? She's a weak woman. She's not strong. What makes her weak to you? What makes her weak to me? Yeah. She can't sit there and have a conversation with tough conversation with people. Steve, she really can't. Remember, Steve, she was a senator for a long time. She was grilling people on the Senate floor during hearings. Remember, Steve? Bro, look, listen. Now we're going into hearsay. I don't respect this woman because of I respect Judge Joe Brown. Judge Joe Brown doesn't like her. He said a lot of things about her.
And I'm just going based on what I heard come out of his mouth. So if you got a problem with what I'm about to say, go blow up Judge Joe Brown's Instagram if he has one. He said she slept her way to the top. That's how she got every single position she's in.
Okay, Steve.
This is allegedly.
Steve.
Again, I don't know.
Steve,
but I'm just
how many
saying,
women are sleeping and can't get to where she is right now? So let's take sleeping out of her accomplishments. You know, she's a smart.
Like I said, there are people who are coming out saying that she's done these things. If I'm on the outside looking in, I have to take, like, I think that Judge Joe Brown, for the most part, is a stand-up guy. Mm-hmm. I believe the things that he says. He's in those circles. So if he says it's happening, I'm going to be like, look, listen, you know, maybe I wouldn't believe it if she would give me something with substance. That's what we're looking for. You're looking for competent people with a plan, people that will give you confidence that the country's going to be secure, people that's going to give you confidence that they could turn, you know, at least the economy in a positive direction. I'm not expecting for perfection or for you to fix everything, but at least some type of confidence. I have no confidence in this lady. She will not do good in war times. She will make bad decisions. They will eat her alive.
During war, women tend to do a better job during war. Believe it.
If you say so.
Women tend to do a better job during war.
Let's not turn this into a red pill thing as if I'm bad-mouthing women. I'm bad-mouthing this woman. Okay? The other lady on the other side, the Republican lady, I have more confidence that she would do a better job than Kamala. That's all.
Who is that?
I don't remember her name. She's a Spanish lady.
Oh, really? Spanish lady?
Yeah, she was running for president too, but she washed out.
Oh, that's the lady who she went with RFK Jr., right?
Yeah. And yo, if RFK, who you think I would be voting for if RFK was still in the race? Come on, Trump is not my number one, but I'm just saying, what choice do you have? Really, you're gonna vote for the lady who don't even know, who came in late in the game, who don't know what she's gonna do with the cut? Come on, bro.
Let me tell you what I think right now. Okay, let's see. It's Saturday, October 26th.
Wait. In a positive, if you vote for Trump, guess what? He can't run again.
But
we can't.
Trump is smarter than that. Steve.
We
Trump
can't
is smarter than that.
We can't go through 4 more years of this back and forth. Let's just get it out the way. Rip off the Band-Aid. Vote for him. Let him win.
Trump has a plan.
Once run.
Once Trump becomes president again, Trump will make sure the cabinet, the judges, everybody is in his pocket. Trump wasn't president for the past 4 years, but guess what? He still was the head of the Republican Party.
I know.
This guy has a way he manages stuff to stay in power. So whether he wins again or not,
so while we're on that vein, that subject, let's continue on that vein. Which politician? Point them out. Who's not bought in Washington?
They all bought in Washington.
Okay.
You know why?
Okay.
You know why? It's all a business, Steve.
It's all a business,
Steve.
So,
Steve,
get him out. Get the proper judges, because we get to vote for governors and stuff. Like, I think
it will never change. It will never change. You know why, Steve? Let me say that for the record. H&R Block hired me for me to go lobby in Washington D.C. for them.
Oh, you want to put their business on?
No, not really, a little bit. Steve, okay. I was shocked, Steve, what I learned being a lobbyist for H&R Block. I was shocked what I learned. Well, I got hired because the government wanted to change the tax laws to cancel tax preparer, meaning that to cancel tax businesses such as H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Wow, H&R Block called me. Man, we went to DC. Steve, speaking to congressmen, speaking on the Senate floor. Steve, the contribution that H&R Block made, not just H&R Block, other companies in the tax business. Mm-hmm. By the time I flew back from DC to Connecticut, the bill was gone. The bill was canceled. Okay. Mm-hmm. the bill was to get rid of companies like H&R Block. Oh, that was under Trump actually, because Trump hated H&R Block. You know why? Because of the song Money, 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 Money. That's the OJs.
Yeah.
So Trump used that song in his show, The Apprentice.
The Apprentice. I've never
H&R
watched
Block
one
sent
episode.
him, but H&R Block had already licensed that song.
Mm-hmm.
H&R Block sent him a cease and desist order.
Cease.
So Trump said, you know what? Let's get rid of those stupid tax business. So,
I got you.
so man, I've seen it firsthand, man. It's all about money, Steve.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that I don't know if just saying that, oh, well, he's bought and paid for, he's going to make sure. That's what they all do. It's politics. It's a dirty game.
Yeah.
You know? But I want to ask you.
Sorry, Steve.
Yeah.
When I went to lobby in D.C., I saw Vatican.
Yeah,
The Pope sent his people to lobby in Washington, D.C.
I know.
Steve, I was meeting with people from the Vatican, asking me, oh, okay, so you're from the tax industry. Okay, I'm from Vatican. We're here to lobby too.
I want to stay away from that one because the Vatican is super dirty. Yo, the stuff that come out of their mouths, what they're trying to accomplish within the government, yo, end of the world type stuff.
Steve,
Beast in Revelation.
Come on, Steve.
Beast in Revelation.
Don't
That's
start
them.
now with the Pope, Steve.
No, I'm gonna start with the Pope.
Leave the Pope alone.
I'm not gonna
Steve,
leave. No, bro. If someone tells you who they are, believe them. What the Catholic Church says about themselves, and I'm not talking about Catholic people. I'm talking about the Vatican, the Pope. What they say about themselves, if they tell you who they are, believe them. They've said some very not nice things, and that's a different episode. But they've said some crazy stuff about themselves.
Well, but you said that Trump said some bad things too, but that's okay. What makes...
I didn't say it wasn't okay for them to say it, but I'm just saying if you're doing bad things, if you're murdering people, the Vatican, no, come on, the priests rape little kids and they hide that stuff.
I heard that.
They
Yep.
hide that stuff. They move the priest. They pay. They do some, bro.
Oh,
That's a whole different subject.
I heard just last month, by the way, just last week.
They paid.
No, like 15 priests moved to the Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands, because I heard that's where they cannot touch them. 16 priests just like packed up and go.
And who do you think pays for that?
Vatican.
The Pope, bro. I remember when I was in high school, we did a whole we did a whole class on the Dark Ages and what the Pope was doing, how he was killing Christians if you didn't believe in the same thing. There's a sect of the Catholic Church, the Jesuits. Mm-hmm. They infiltrate every church. They infiltrate the government. Bro, they want to go back to that. They've said it. It's come out of their mouths. You guys can fact check me on that. So let's not pretend that they're innocent in this. They're the only religion in the world that has their own army. That's creepy, bro.
The thing is, Steve. Nah, Steve. The thing is, Steve.
They're a state power and also a religion.
No. I don't.
I don't.
The thing with religion, Steve.
I don't count the Jews as the same thing as them, like the Jews and the Muslims and all that.
Nah, look, the Jew, Steve. Here's the thing, is Steve. The Jews, they need security, man. They prosecute these people a lot, Steve.
Yeah.
Because, Steve,
It's true.
I was at the synagogue, Steve. The security guard there told me that they have around-the-clock security there with guns because these people are being attacked 24/7 all over the world. All over the world, Steve. You see, Steve, me, I'm not religious. I go to all type of churches. I go to the Mass, Pentecostal, Baptist, to Catholic churches, you know. I go to all type of churches. However,
I'm with you.
However,
I do the same thing.
However, I don't like religion, man.
I'm with you.
I don't like religion, Steve. You know, well, religion can be kind of religion. what they do, what I don't like with religion is the brainwashing. You feel me?
Yeah.
The brain.
I totally get it.
The brainwashing. I don't like it, but
I want to make a distinction. I will go to any church, and the churches are not the people that I have issues with, but the people at the top of these churches.
The people that yes.
This is the issue.
That's the
and
issue.
I'm sorry. Maybe we should do a podcast on this.
Religion podcast coming next.
It can all be traced to the Catholic Church has their hands in every single religion on the face of the earth. I'm not even lying to you.
No, you're right. They powerful.
They are powerful.
They got a lot of money.
They have a lot of money. They have an agenda, and it's not a good agenda. People talk about Project 2025 and the One World Order. They're behind all of that. I'm so sorry to tell you that. If you didn't know that, it is not America that you need to. I mean, America has a part to play too, but I'm just saying it's all coming from the Pope. So I don't know what else to tell you guys. There's some very dark things that are going on in that system. But it's all systems, really. I mean, I've heard it in my denomination too. Like, we're not as divided as you think. There's a puppet master.
Shout out to Pope Francis. Assalamu alaikum, Pope.
I don't know if I'm a shout out to that guy.
Oh man, Steve, everything is a business, Steve. Everything is a business. That's what I'm seeing. However, Steve, going back to politics, I don't think it's too late for Michelle Obama to run.
Bro, had that chick ran, I would have voted for her so fast. I'm like, she didn't even want to endorse Kamala. I'm like, really? You got Kamala, but you couldn't get Michelle Obama?
Steve, I think, Steve, something is going to happen before election day. I think she might throw her hat in the freaking ring. I can't wait. That's why I just told you.
Nah, I won't vote for her.
I'm undecided.
No, I won't do it because you took too long to make that decision. That tells me that there's something going on that I don't trust. I'm voting for Trump. I'm making up my mind. That's it. I'm done. I don't like to be indecisive. I hate that, and I hate late people. You being late, that bothers my soul, bro. Like, I don't like late people. Like, make your decision. Don't be indecisive. Even if you mess up, I might have forgiveness for you. If you mess up, because we all mess up. But have a plan, bro. That's poor leadership. You have to have a plan. This is way too messy.
What about January 6th, Steve? How did that change your mind?
Okay.
Did he even change your mind? I thought.
No. So, and we may have to pull this video up. There was a lot of blame on Trump, even from my side. Mm-hmm. Like, I was blaming him for everything. But there is this guy on YouTube. I don't really watch his videos that much anymore, but he did a whole documentary on that. And when you start asking questions, there's other stuff going on in January 6th. Word-wise, I don't think Trump said anything wrong.
So January 6th video?
Yeah.
Response?
Let me see if I can find this guy, because his thing comes
Trump
up.
response to January 6th.
No, it wasn't Trump 2020. That's funny. That was
a funny one.
That was your wife. But yeah.
Well, let's look at what Trump said. Let's look.
No. We can't. We gotta look at both. Pause it.
No. Before the.
Yeah, because I don't trust mainstream media. They show you half of what was going on, and I don't like that. I gotta find this guy's name. I think I'm subscribed to him.
But let's see what Trump said.
That Congress do the right thing and only count the electors who have been lawfully slated. I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. Today we will see whether Republicans stand strong for integrity.
He did say to peacefully.
Of our elections, but whether or not they stand strong for our country.
Okay. He did say to peacefully.
Peacefully.
Okay.
But what? Look. So make it make sense. Pause. Make it make sense.
knew the president needed to address the nation again.
So how are you giving people tours inside of the Capitol, and then they storm the Capitol? There was video of them being peacefully shown inside. Like, something's funky, bro. Something's funky. I'm telling you. And I'm trying to find this YouTuber so you could find his name.
But what went wrong, Steve? How did it all go wrong? What happened?
It went wrong because there are people, and I don't know who's behind this. Mm-hmm. This happened in Black Lives Matter. This happened in January 6th.
Now, don't blame Black Lives Matter for that.
No, that's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing.
Okay. Black Lives Matter ain't got nothing. Nothing to do with
even because we brought them up earlier. That I'm trying to make a connection. Mm-hmm. So during Black Lives Matter, there were people who were instigating, and those protests turned violent. Am I lying? But that wasn't the Black Lives Matter people. That wasn't the people protesting. There are groups of people who. Where were the bricks from? People were like, there were people stacking bricks. There are people who are instigating these things to start trouble. There were people being shown into the Capitol. The people who worked at the Capitol were giving them a tour. It wasn't violent, and then it turned violent. Someone is instigating these things. I'm telling you, there are things going on in the background that we're not aware of.
Yeah, but Steve...
And I gotta find this dude's channel.
Steve, it's on record. Many of these attendants, okay? Mm-hmm. Many of these attendants, Steve, it's on records where a lot of them said that they were flying to DC for them to go cook Nancy Pelosi, for them to go hurt this person, hurt that person. Like they said that, Steve.
Okay, they could have said that. But what I'm saying is, not all of them there, and this is where people have an issue. There were people there actually not starting trouble.
Not all of them went to jail. So
there are some of them there who were being shown. I'm not saying there weren't people there to start trouble. I think my exact words were, there are people behind this. There are people who are using Trump, they're literally using Trump as a guide to start trouble because they have their own agendas. Like, there are racist people who are using him to get their racist points across. I'm not saying this is perfect. That's
possible.
There are groups of people who are there to start trouble, is my point. But what we're debating here is like, did Trump tell these people to do that? We don't have any proof of him saying that.
Yes. The reason why I said that, indirectly, because he did say the election was stolen.
And I disagree with him on that.
If you are a patriot like this guy, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve, I know some crazy patriotic guy, Steve. Steve, there's that YouTube channel of that guy that owns World War tanks, like guns, tanks and stuff like that. This guy tells you he's just waiting for something to blow so he can do his part. So Trump knows these people exist. He got to be careful how he talks.
But again, remember I said the dude don't got no filter between his brain and his mouth. Like, there's no buffer. That is a problem.
That's a problem.
But here's my thing. Who doesn't have a problem? I'm trying to say this in English. You know how in Haitian people, they say they je joue en français? Mm-hmm. For all those non-Haitian speaking people or French speaking people, it's like you're cursing someone, but you're just saying it politely. The Democrats say plenty of messed up things. They just say it politely, you know? But now it's changing, which, again, we got to blame Trump for this because he's changed the way the political game is played. He's saying very unsavory things to these people, and they're clapping back. So I can't say that he's not at fault. I can't say that he, won the... No, I don't believe he won the election. You lost the election. You got to eat that, and you got to sit down somewhere.
Exactly.
Like, and if Kamala wins, as much as I don't want her to win, I'm a accept that, and I'm going to deal with the consequences. You lost again. Like, whatever. It is what it is. But, again, I do think that there are people instigating this. I don't think he had a secret meeting with these people. I don't think he even thought that deeply about it. I think he's just saying stuff and not thinking about the consequences. And he does need to be careful because there are people who are taking what you say out of context and doing harm. But if I'm being real honest, I heard some people who worked for him said that he was laughing throughout the whole thing. So what's true? What's not true? January 6th was not pretty. But you know what? Also, what's not pretty? You not having a job, you not being able to feed your kids, take care of your kids, the economy crashing, people. Like, just at the end of last month.
Two different issues, Steve. It's two different issues.
No, it's not.
January 6th was bad for the world to see, Steve. The world.
I hear.
Okay,
I'm trying to paint a picture of what a lot of people are feeling. They're willing to forego what happened on January 6th so they can have something in their hands for their family. There's no confidence that Kamala is gonna do that.
Steve,
no one has confidence in that.
You don't want a country, Steve. You don't want to live in a country that has a coup d'etat, Steve.
That's where we're headed.
Okay, Steve, I lived in Haiti during a coup d'etat. One of the worst things I've witnessed in my life, Steve. While I was young, Steve, it was ugly. Okay, better yet, 2 coup d'etat. Yeah. Okay, I've witnessed 2 of them.
I wasn't alive for that. So. No, I hear you, but I'm telling you people's thinking because I've talked to people and they're like, look, listen, these countries want to attack us. They feel some type of way against us. When Trump was in office, guess what? They didn't want to attack us. That's all I'm saying. This is how people are thinking. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying Trump is a saint. I think the dude lacks a lot of things, but it's so sad that the guy that I refused to vote for twice, that now I'm put in a position that I'd rather go with him than this lady. But if you're gonna put a knife through my throat and tell me to choose, guess who I'm choosing? That's all I'm saying. I'm not an indecisive person. If I gotta choose, I'm gonna choose.
Speaking of that, this is a funny story. My wife's mom called me last night. Mm-hmm. She said, "Oh, son-in-law, guess what? Son-in-law, I voted today." I said, "Oh, you voted? That's good. For who?" She said, "I voted for Calamari." I said, "What?" Calamari.
No one can pronounce her name. Calamari. That's funny.
She can't even pronounce her name. Calamari. But that was funny, man.
Yeah, I can't find the YouTube channel. He does news. I wish I could remember. All I know is a white guy.
Speaking of Black Lives Matter, Steve. Black Lives Matter. Sorry. Black Lives Matter. Man, I have a big issue with them, Steve.
Are they still a thing?
I don't know, but I have a big issue with them, Steve. My issues with them, I have many issues with them. Financial issues, of course. They trying to, the tops.
Yeah, they took
the tops. Money. Yeah, not the organization, but the top, they took the money. Mm-hmm. I heard of that. And then the second, I believe they're trying to empower the black youth to normalizing looting.
Oh yeah.
All these things. Dude, I don't think it's good for the black youth though.
Is that did Black Lives Matter normalize looting? I don't know if that's true.
Yes,
because I'm going back in my memory bank. I don't know if they ever said loot or they encouraged that.
I saw it on TV where one of the head of the top Lives Matter said those companies are big companies. Why we feeling bad for them? We should be feeling bad for the black people. For the black people, dying for this and that. The response to a cop killing a black person should be peaceful protest to me.
Here's my thing, right? I get the protest thing, but I don't know if that's enough to change stuff. Because, like, I feel like that's stupid. Like, you're just going to sit there and scream. Do something about it.
Martin Luther King did it,
Huh?
Steve. Martin Luther King did it, and he walked.
All right, let me finish my thought. Yes, Martin Luther King did it, but that's not all Martin Luther King did. Because we're forgetting the other part of the equation, which is you got to take action. What action? Martin Luther King didn't only protest. Martin Luther King put hands with other people. They went to the government. They try to get laws changed.
We can do that.
Which is what we
can
need
still
to
do that.
But we're not doing that. We're just screaming a bunch of words at people. And we're not coming up with common sense ways to deal with the issue, you know? So we talk about white supremacy and people build our own stuff. Yes, and I know all the black people are again triggered. Yes, whenever we built it, they did burn it down. It's true. Black Wall Street. I remember. I know my history. But we can learn from the past to secure our stuff better so that, it doesn't happen again. In the age of social media, do you really think that they can, if we build something for our people to elevate our people, you really think in this day and age they can take it? No, I don't think they can.
Steve, that's being done every day until now. Steve, Black Wall Streets are being burned down right now. They're just not called Black Wall Streets, and they're not being burned physically like with fire, but Black Wall Streets are being burned right now, Steve. Black schools are underfunded. Black zip codes are underfunded, and then shootings, all the shootings that you are seeing, where these guys are getting these guns from?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm glad you said that. See, you didn't talk about some, conceptual thing that exists that we can't. You gave specific examples. So what I think should happen is, okay, so if we're being blocked in certain ways, people who are in those industries who see that, they need to come up here online. They need to show what's happening. Like, have you ever seen the thing on ABC where the guy, puts a scenario out and then he goes undercover? Yeah, you've seen that show. We need to do stuff like that. We need to out these people. The reason why certain things are happening is because they're being done in the dark and no one's bringing it to light. So how is anyone going to be able to fight something that they don't know exists?
We can do that with this podcast. That's why we started this podcast, for us to expose the truth. And then for us to tell all our viewers, follow the money. Yeah. Steve, unfortunately, what I'm gonna say will sound very bad. Okay. It will sound very bad, but it's true.
I think I've said plenty bad, so go ahead.
Our freedom can only come financially. Okay. Financial freedom is our only freedom. You know why? What was the purpose of slavery? Financial.
Sure.
Financial. Okay? They wanted to use us as a piece of object for us to make them rich, which will make them rich. Now, we have to think for ourselves to make ourselves rich. We spent, Black Americans, African Americans living in the United States spent trillions of dollars in the US economy. We have to be mindful where we're putting our money.
Well, maybe that should be also something we talk about, because in my personal life, I've been trying to start a group with guys, but no guys my age really care about this. So, but to kind of educate ourselves on how money works in this country, what makes people rich, investing, all these things. I know nothing about this because no one's ever taught me. And I think that's what's, the Bible says, I'll use the Bible because I believe that this quote is true. My people die for lack of knowledge. Black people are ignorant. I didn't say stupid. I said ignorant. There's a lot of things we don't know. But if we talk about money, finances, how it works, and we teach people, we fill in the gaps that school literally doesn't, then maybe people will, they'll have a better chance, to that financial freedom that everyone's seeking. But we don't know how money works. Rich people laugh at the poor people because we're ignorant and we don't know. And it's not their job to teach. Well, I learned, you got to learn yourself. But point me in the right direction. There was, I'm going to say shout out to Charlie Kirk because I watch his shorts. And in one short, this guy said, read this book because this book will kind of teach you about economics and how things work. Mm-hmm. Now, I saw this like 2 weeks ago. I haven't gotten the book yet. But I'm like, that is constructive, right? You're telling me go do something, like you're putting power in my hand. If I read something, that will get me that much closer to learning what I want to learn. But who's doing that, really? Not many people are doing that because as long as they're taken care of, they don't really care about you.
Yes, yeah. Now, when I say financial freedom doesn't mean that us having money, but it's how we spend it and where we spend it. How we use our money for us to make an impact. For example, Steve, a good example, Steve, big companies go lobby in DC to change laws. Laws that are not in our advantage. We should be tracking what they're lobbying for, and we should be tracking those laws. If those laws are not in our advantage, no black person should use that company for anything. No black person should spend $1 in that company.
Yo, we should do something. You should show people how to do that. See, that's what I'm talking about. Educating people. Okay, this is how you track this. This is how you, yeah. That's a great idea.
Steve, a good example, Steve. Big oil companies, right? Mm-hmm. Big oil companies. One of them was owning some pipeline. I think it was in Montana. They were like owning a pipeline on Native American land. They claim that the surface is their land, but the pipe will be all the way under. The Native Americans all got together, did not use, at least that tribe, never ever use that company for businesses. They don't buy oil. Like, they track that company wherever they do business. They do not spend their money there. Okay, that's how, because companies run this country. Okay, whether it's Kamala or Trump, all these guys rely on companies to fund them to win their election. All these guys are working for companies, not for the American people.
But they run our lives too. It's modern day slavery because we depend on them for jobs.
We depend on them for a job, but we can punish them. If we don't work for them, guess what happened? The company will shut down.
No.
Steve.
No. Bro, I say no because AI's taken over. They're replacing us. We're replaceable.
Steve. That's for the future now, Steve.
That's
this
not
company.
For the, no.
Steve,
stop,
this
stop,
company.
Stop. Pause. Let's pause for a minute. I'm talking about what's happening currently. Amazon has robots already built. They're firing people, and they're starting to have testing these robots out. I'm telling you, this is not the future. This is happening.
The Wall Street Journal, Steve, downtown San Francisco. The Wall Street Journal said downtown San Francisco, I think like it was like at least 100 and some change businesses closed because they couldn't find workers. Mm-hmm. Okay, now it depends on the industry. Not all industry can use the AI and stuff like that, but human workforce is still needed for most part right now. However, for some companies,
but let me tell you, all companies are looking how they can use AI, and they're spending money on it. Just so you know.
And guess what? That's another industry where they're gonna need us again to work for them, because this AI
got to be built by someone.
Got to be built by someone and maintained by someone.
There's some inception things going on. While people right now are building AI models, there are companies who are having AI build it. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. AI built AI. I'm like, yo, they just want to get rid of people, bro.
But it's gonna be impossible.
Yeah,
Steve.
we'll see
it's
how it plays out.
Impossible.
And you know who warned us of all this? Andrew Yang. Remember that little Asian guy who was running for president? Yang, yeah. Everything the dude said happened like faster than we thought. So I'm just saying, where will we be in 2 years? Okay, so we need to slow down with this AI stuff.
Let me not say that it's impossible. My wife and I were at the airport. I think it was LaGuardia Airport. Mm-hmm. We were at LaGuardia Airport, and then we accidentally checked my daughter's bag in, right? Mm-hmm. So we needed a diaper. Whoa, we couldn't find diapers anywhere. Finally, that one store, no cashiers, nothing. You swipe your credit card for you to get in, grab what you want, and walk out. Whatever you grab, the store knows what you grab and charge your credit card. That's at LaGuardia Airport in New York right now. Bro, I was shocked.
I'm telling you, the future is here. I'm like, what the thing that this guy, he's coming out, he was talking about UBI and all this stuff. I'm like, all this stuff's done, and then COVID happens and it sped up all this stuff. Yeah. I'm like, yo, this dude knew what he was talking about. And he knew what he was talking about because he used to work. He was like you know, he used to work for these major companies. He would hear the things they're talking about and what they're trying to do. So he wasn't pulling that up his butt. I'm like, yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. We're living in a crazy world. And
political. What was I saying? Yeah, man, Steve, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, Steve.
And no matter who you vote for, this, you know, I speak a little passionately, but no matter who you vote for, guys, we're gonna have a tough 4 years. It's just you just got to pick how tough. You know, I just think it's gonna be tougher with this chick than it's gonna be with him.
Steve, but that chick, Steve, she's very intelligent. She's a strong lady.
No one says she's intelligent. That strength thing can be debated. I just don't think she's very competent. That's it.
However, I don't think, Steve, she had the time for her to get her act together as far as agenda-wise, and I just don't think so, Steve, because she just started running recently because of Sleepy Joe. So
I don't know who told her that was a good idea. Just because something is offered to you doesn't mean you gotta take it. She thirsty for power. That's what that tells me.
What other choice did we have?
She could have said no. She could have said find somebody else. She could have said call Michelle Obama.
Then we would have said she's unpatriotic.
I would have respected that.
She's unpatriotic, you see?
I would have respected that.
Steve, I believe she's a good choice. However, I think she has a lot of work to do, and if she started warning her campaign when Joe Biden started, she could have done a lot, Steve. She could have showed me a lot, convinced me, but I'm just not convinced yet. And I don't think she has enough time to convince me.
You're never gonna be convinced. If y'all out there waiting to be convinced, keep waiting. 2-3 years, if she wins, you're still not gonna be convinced. Bro, I am never wrong about these things. She is not a good choice. She can't do the job, bro. She can't do the job. I don't know what else to say.
But is Donald Trump racist?
I don't know. I used to think yes, but I think this dude is just like, he's an equal opportunist. You know, he's an opportunistic person. He'll be vague and try to get everybody on his side, as much people as he possibly can. You know, I don't know if you can call that racism, but again, I've also haven't been alive that long. I've heard some stories from back in the day, but I just wasn't here. So I couldn't tell you. Judging based on what I've seen so far, I'll say I don't think he's racist. I think the only color he sees is green. Mm-hmm. But someone who's probably lived longer could probably tell you better than I can. And even if he was racist, bro, right now, I just want to take care of my family, you know, have my own little something, and whoever's going to assist that, even if you're racist, I don't have to like you. You just got to get your job done, you know. Ain't nobody going to support him in writing racist laws, you know, the ones that we can see. I know there are things that go in the background that we can't see, but I'm just saying.
Would you vote for a racist person?
Yeah, I'm about to do it. I'm about to do it this year.
No, that's if you. Well, you said that you're not sure if it's racist.
I'm not sure if
But if you was racist,
but
would you vote for him?
he could be, and that's not even in my thought. Like, yeah, I'd vote for a racist person. I'd vote for a gay person. I'm not comparing the two. Don't come for me. I'm just saying I'd vote for anyone. You know, I don't really care. That's your personal thing. If you don't like me, but guess what? You need me to win, right?
Here's what I think. I think Donald Trump is biased, but not racist. You know why? I think they said he gave the most money to HBCUs. They said that no president ever give that much money to any HBCU school. And HBCU stand for historically black universities. Mm-hmm. And that's money we need to educate our black people. This guy is giving us money to educate ourselves. So that's a good thing. And then second, he freed.
Because I feel like school misuse money when they get it.
Misuse money?
Yeah.
But the thing is,
I can't speak to HBCUs. I'm just saying.
Steve,
I don't believe in university institutions.
Steve, what university don't waste money? Everybody, all type of schools. However, the white schools were getting it, but the HBCUs were not. So that's when Trump stepped in and said, "Here's a little change. Take that." Well, sorry, did he?
Did he? I knew it was coming.
Did he use that? Take that one. My bad. I'll take that. Trump said, "Take that."
I knew it was coming. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's racist, but I really don't care if he's racist because we're in a tough spot. So okay, so let me ask you a question, right? Mm-hmm. You're a poor, starving person on the street, and a racist person offers you something to eat. Are you taking that?
The racist person?
Yeah, he offers you some food. You taking that or you not taking that?
It depends, man. Cause if I know if it's a KKK racist that give me that food, might be poison.
But you starving to death. So what you doing?
Well, I'm gonna die faster with that food if it's poison. Cause if it's KKK racist,
I didn't say KKK. This person, I just said racist. He just dislikes black people. I didn't say KKK. You're going outside the question.
The reason why, I know a white person. She told me, "Ray, you're different. You see things different. You kind of changed my mind with black people, man." I'm like, "Excuse me?"
I'm sorry.
I'm like, "Excuse me?" Yeah. That tells me that she is racist. But this lady respects me a lot.
Was it okay? See, I'm glad you said it like that. Is that racism or is that prejudice? And let me kind of put some meat in what I'm saying. I think there's people who have issues with certain races, not because they're racist, but because they've noticed certain things, stereotypical things about those races that they don't like, or they've had a bad experience. I don't know if that's racism or if that's prejudice, or what word should I be using for that.
Well, racism is the act. Racism is the act. Let's say if she was someone in power, like if she was a person in power, I wouldn't trust her to be in power. For her to look out for white people and black people at the same time, because she has prejudice against them. So that will make her a racist person in power. That's what we're dealing with Trump right now. Okay. Can Trump be trusted? Man.
Can any politician be trusted?
Here's the thing. I'm gonna answer it for you.
Yeah.
None of us voted for Trump before, right?
No.
We didn't think Trump could be trusted. He did.
That's not why.
Steve, I'm gonna be honest. He did better than I expected, man.
He did, and I was aware of that. That's not why I didn't vote for him.
He did so much better than I expected.
Let's go.
I give him respect for that.
Go back to January.
Besides
6th.
January 6th.
Let's go back to January 6th. January 6th is exactly why I didn't vote for Trump. Because while I don't think he told those people to do anything wrong, his carelessness with his mouth allowed bad actors to do what they did. That was my issue. I saw it from a mile away. I'm like, bro, you got to be careful. This is a ticking time bomb. So even with Kamala, like, I'm like, if you can learn from your mistakes and you can apologize and you can tell me you're gonna do better and this is how you're gonna do better, I would vote for Kamala. But because those words never came out of her mouth and a tangible plan never actually came out of her mouth, yeah, you're not getting my vote. I don't respect that. And I still have an issue with Trump because he has to address the way he said stuff. And I think he's trying, but like, bro, you gotta come harder than that. Yeah, you're gonna get my vote, but you're not gonna have my respect. Like,
the result, Steve, I think, will be based on the biggest company, meaning that the company with the most money.
yeah, I had a joke, but I don't think it's appropriate.
Okay, the company with the most money, you know which one, right? Trump has the most money.
Yeah, he has the most money.
The Republican Party has Musk giving them billions.
Yeah.
The big farmers giving them millions right now. I think that is gonna be based on that.
It's gonna be based on that, and this thing is still not over even after his 4 years are up, because we've dug a really huge hole for ourselves in this country. So all I can do is keep my head up, do the best I can, pray and see where life takes me, because none of us are 100% in control,
No, that's true. Wow, election time.
It's stressful.
Yeah, make sure you vote. Everybody, make sure you vote.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how that's gonna work with my job. I tried to vote early, but I missed it.
I missed it too, yes.
So I gotta figure out how that's gonna work.
Definitely, we gotta vote.
No, I'm gonna vote. I'm not. Yeah. This is so contentious. My dad hates that I said I'm gonna vote for this guy.
I need a second debate though between them. I need a second debate.
Yeah, fat chance that's good. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, my mind's made up. The fact that she was asked repeatedly and she couldn't even admit. Look, I mean, you did a bad job. Certain things happen. It's okay if they happen, but at least say, hey, look, listen, going forward, this is what we're gonna do to rectify these things. Nothing. And I'm like, bro, she lost me. There's redemption. People can forgive you. She was gaining momentum. She really could have won this. It's just bad. Like, if you can't run a proper campaign and know how to talk to people, why should I have confidence in you that you're gonna do a good job in the position? Like, come on. She could have won.
The campaign, I think that she's winning a very good campaign, but it's short. It's a short-lived campaign.
I think she's running a bad campaign. You are entitled to your opinion, and I respect your opinion. I just disagree.
Steve, I'm still undecided, Steve. Okay, I'm still undecided.
It's okay. I respect your opinion. I don't think she's running a good campaign. I don't think she is. Even if it's short, I guarantee you, because of January 6th, she could have won this. She ran a bad campaign. Let's call a spade a spade. She did a bad job, bro. Like, she could have won this.
But she wasn't the president at that time.
Biden was. It doesn't matter. It's a poor reflection on you too, because the way I understand it is you should have some say in what the president is doing, because you're the vice president, right? Aren't you supposed to advise them?
No, she's not his advisor. No,
she's not his advisor.
No,
she doesn't have no say.
No. She can take assignments from him only. Just assignments. That's all. Yeah.
So she's just a glorified assistant.
That's all it is. Yeah.
That's sucky. At least educate people on that. At least make that point. That's my point, though.
People don't know that, though. You're right about that.
People don't know that. Like,
Right about
there's no conversation. Like, it was bad conversation, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
No, you're right about that. You're right.
Like, there's a way to talk to people. This was my job. Mm-hmm. I took assignments and I did what. But again, it goes back to what I said. If she's a glorified assistant, then Biden or whoever was running, because it definitely wasn't Biden, was making those decisions, made a poor choice, and she's still working for that administration, so she's pigeonholed. She can't say anything.
These were the big companies. That's what that was.
She can't say anything. Mm-hmm. She's their little I can't say that. But
be careful, man, with my mala, man. That's my mala right there.
Yeah, no, I'm good. She's weird. She's. I would have said no. Sorry, because that puts me in a tough spot. No. Sorry. Yeah. So I don't know.
So Kamala convinced me. Trump convinced me. We need a second debate.
You need a second debate.
Yes. Let's do it.
I don't know what's so difficult. I don't know what you need convincing of.
What I need the convincing on, Steve, it's for my people, really, man. For my people. Because I'm seeing the border is an issue. Trump wants to build walls. Trump had 4 years to build those walls. I don't think it takes 4 years to build freaking walls. And even building those walls, I see little kids.
Hey, I have a better idea.
Climbing these walls. Like, what was Trump's solution? Trump is saying she did a bad job, but what did Trump do?
I have a more diplomatic and better solution. So Trump, you can get at me if you want, if you ever see that. I do, because
Trump, call us at IPODCAST.
Yeah, right. No, seriously, because I'm like, this isn't a tough issue. I know how to get everybody on board if you want to talk about it. I didn't say it was going to be easy. I didn't say it was going to be fast, but everybody will support this plan.
Trump, at Kamala. You guys have open invitations in the iPodcast. Let's discuss it.
Yeah,
okay?
Let's discuss it.
All right.
I just think they got to think outside the box. These people are too in the box. But anyways, good talk.
Good talk.
Yeah.
Everybody, make sure you go vote. Exercise your right to vote. That's very important. People died for that. Our ancestors died for that. They fought for it. Make sure you exercise it. So go vote. I can tell you who to vote for. Vote with your heart.
I would hope you vote with your mind. But if your mind is deceiving you, it's okay. Go with your heart.
You can vote with your pocket too.
Yeah, vote with your pocket too.
Yeah, that's right. Well, there you have it. It's Gucci and Steve.
All right.
Good talk, Steve, man. Good talk. This is the iPodcast. Peace. Until next time.
Peace.